What up, cucks? It's your boy, the hater, up in this piece, and we're going to talk about something that really has pissed me off recently, especially during WrestleMania weekend, and that is the entrance musics. Now, you're probably all thinking, what the hell? Entrance musics aren't that important, hater. Well, I got news for you, pal. While I agree with that, I don't think the entrance music is going to make or break a superstar. What they will do is they will frustrate the process of getting over. And here's how, cucks. Let's look at several prominent stars today, right? And I use the term stars loosely because we're talking about people like Sami Zayn, motherfucks. We're talking people like Seth Rollins, who in my opinion is the worst he's ever been. You know what I mean? We're talking about some people, and at certain points, we really are scraping the bottom of the barrel, right? Do you guys know that song that used to be played at festivals and nightclubs like 10 years ago? And people chanted at soccer games sometimes and other things. You know that, oh, you know that shit, right? That is the downfall of humanity, cucks. That is the anthem of the cuck virgin, you know? And this has happened now in WWE. A lot of theme songs are different variations of people going, oh, right? It is, if you really break it down to what it is and think about it, it is cringe as fuck. We have Sami Zayn, motherfucks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 let's go. And then people are chanting this shit. They're like, whoa, like you see like these fat neckbeards they pan to in the crowd being like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like it's so annoying, you know what I mean? It's so lame, right? Then, you know what I mean? This is not, Sami Zayn is by no means the only guy, right? You see this even with the demon Finn Balor when they go you know, and people go like, ah, like idiots for no reason, right? You hear that a lot. You know what I mean? You hear people doing the oh chants a lot, right? It's almost like wrestling characters are basically, motherfucks, are basically characterized by the oh patterns of their theme songs, right? Pat McAfee has one as well. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, but the biggest culprit by far, motherfucks, by far is Seth Rollins, right? This was clear at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, this asshole, before he comes out, a conductor comes out and he's going to conduct, think about how cringe this is. He's going to conduct the crowd, the audience, in their O's so they can sing along with Seth Rollins. Now, the audience is either too cool, which is not the case because it's an LA audience, right? Or too stupid, which is more likely, to realize what the fuck is going on. So as the conductor is doing this and he's mouthing the words "oh," right, as he's conducting, they have to play like just random noises of people going "oh" to the beat of Seth Rollins' theme, right? Then the people catch on and the guy starts conducting them. But they still have to play it because the intended reaction was not as great as it was, right? But Seth Rollins then comes out with "burn it down," which is like stupid as shit. Burn what down? What is he burning down all these years? I hope he burns himself down, motherfucks. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes out, and then you hear the cacophony of jobbers and the cacophony of neckbeards who are pretty much burning all the calories they'll burn that day by singing this garbage of a song, right? It's not even good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just hear Seth Rollins does that with his hands, like, burn it down. And then you hear, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, and people just like chanting this, and you're thinking to yourself like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? Then, all right, you might be watching this, you might be thinking, oh, okay, this is just the undercard jobbers, right? Surely this can't happen in the main event. Well, number one, Sami Zayn was in the main event of night one, if you count that shit. I personally don't, but let's say you do. And then Cody Rhodes, who has one of the worst entrance musics of all time. It's like one of the worst songs ever. It's literally like his life journey. My father said, when I was younger, don't bleach your hair. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking the most ridiculous thing ever, right? And then even then, his shitty song is, whoa! And then the fans just start screaming it, right? And it's like, this just shows that you cannot get the fans to do what you want them to do. So instead of hiring wrestlers like The Rock, who are capable, or even The Miz, who are capable of getting the fans to chant along with them, when The Miz says, I'm The Miz and I'm awesome, right? People actually say that. Cody Rhodes doesn't have a catchphrase like that. Why would he, right? Why would he have a catchphrase? Why would he try to get over, actually get over, right? Sami Zayn, no catchphrase, you know what I'm saying? Seth Rollins, no catchphrase. What else do these three guys completely lack? Charisma, motherfucks. They have zero charisma combined. Seth Rollins is one of the least charismatic people of all time. The fact that they put this asshole in this feminine clothing should tell you all you need to know, right? When someone's dress is a highlight of their presentation, that often means that they're not very charismatic. When someone's entrance music is part of their presentation, and it's a significant part of the presentation, that often means they're not very charismatic, right? Think about it. The Rock and Stone Cold, right? Stone Cold and The Rock, even though they have entertaining entrance musics, right? What is the entrance music? It's a simple ass beat, and for The Rock, it's The Rock talking, saying, "The Rock says, know your damn role." You know what I'm saying? And for Stone Cold, one of them has lyrics, the other one doesn't, but it's just the glass shattering that's iconic, right? The rest is just Stone Cold coming out and doing cool shit, like flipping off everybody and climbing the turnbuckle where he looks at people, right? And then sometimes giving a stunner out during his entrance, depending on the occasion, right? Think about it. Their entrance musics were not used to get them over, right? Their dress code was not used to get them over. The Rock, he debuted looking like a goof, and then what did he do afterwards? He was a toned-down human being. He had the goofy Elvis sideburns, which were badass, right? But he was a guy that came out in just tights, wrestling tights. Same thing as Stone Cold, came out in tights, right? The less charisma they had, the more their presentation mattered. Triple H, charismatic, no doubt about it, right? When he was a performer. Way less charismatic than The Rock and Stone Cold. So he comes out with an overproduced entrance where he spits water out and he has the long hair and he has a look. And sometimes he wears like denim jackets, you know what I mean? Because like his presentation needs to be upgraded so that he can get over. Because otherwise he might not get over, cucks. You see what I'm saying? Road Dogg and Mr. Ass. Think about them. They just two dudes, right? Their entrance music, generic as hell. It's, now wait a second. I'm getting there, cucks. You know where I'm going. Generic as hell, right? It's like da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. That's their fucking entrance music. Do not confuse that with the entrance music and then Road Dogg putting himself over on the mic during the entrance music. Because the entrance music is just da-na-na-na-na-na. And then Road Dogg says, "Oh, you didn't know? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Your ass better call somebody." You know what I'm saying? Compare that with what my father said. Be over dramatic. Like, he's an over dramatic ass, right? And his music is that of an over dramatic ass. So, what's the hater's recommendation? Get rid of all the whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a shitty form of music. It's shitty in music, right? Think about it. You guys remember the song Dynamite by Tayo Cruz, who obviously has no other songs? Think about it. What was the point of that song? It was shit, but people were singing it because he's like, say it, ayo, makes it dynamite. Shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Shut your fucking mouth. Have an actual song. Put in some thought, right? Compare Roman Reigns' entrance to Cody Rhodes'. Cody Rhodes' entrance is like Karrion Kross's entrance. Overproduced and shitty. Roman Reigns has a very simple entrance, but in the entrance, you get the idea that this guy is serious. It has serious music, and he's holding 2 titles, and he has Paul Heyman next to him, right? It's clear that Roman Reigns is a serious guy that you need to revere. That's what they're trying to say. With Cody Rhodes, it's basically like, look at this overproduced anime-level entrance. It's fucking lame. You see what I'm saying? Then Sami Zayn, he comes out dancing. I mean, that entrance screams undercard jobber, you know? And it's fine. It's fine to have that entrance for an undercard jobber like Sami Zayn. But people are like, he's going to be in the main event. No, he's not. Not until he gets a better entrance, you know? If your entrance is similar enough to the entrance of Fandango, then I got news for you, pal. You cannot expect your career to go beyond Fandango. Now, Cody Rhodes, obviously his career has gone beyond Fandango, but it doesn't negate the fact that his entrance music is complete shit, right? You have to have music that makes things cool. And for God's sakes, if you absolutely must have whoa in people's entrances, which is fucking cringe, at the very least, don't highlight this by having Seth Rollins pretend to be a conductor. And don't highlight this even more by getting an actual conductor to do this. Think about it. has anyone that's not a jobber ever had music like this? Seth Rollins is obviously in a downward turn in his career. They literally said at WrestleMania that he is a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? They literally said this guy's just Dolph Ziggler now, basically. Just say it like it is. He's Dolph Ziggler. 10 years ago, if Logan Paul was there, it would have been Dolph Ziggler versus Logan Paul. Now it's Seth Rollins, right? And his music has gotten more and more cucky-ish. Think about that. The great music, the great songs are either epic like Roman Reigns' or they're immaterial like The Rock and Stone Cold. Doesn't make a difference. No cool wrestler ever has had music that you can chant along to, except for, I guess, Jericho. People sing along to his music. That's kind of the beginning of the end, if you ask me. But whatever, it is what it is. The point is, entrance music matters, okay? And we have to work carefully and react carefully to the entrance music that we like. You know, it's okay to chant along, of course, because when Enzo Amore would cut a promo sometimes while the music was playing, or when Road Dogg would do the same, people would chant along, and it was badass. It was awesome, right? It was fun. But if all the fans are contributing is, whoa, that literally just shows that the fans want to make a noise that they themselves can hear. If Road Dogg came out and said, oh, you didn't know? My ass is itchy from all this scratching. Nobody would say that, right? Because what the fuck are you talking about? That's not cool. You can't put that over, right? But he says things that he got over. He got the things over, and then he says them on his entrance. And that's why he's one of the most over guys of all time. Like, just compare that. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws, were killing it in merchandise back in the day, right? There's no way that someone like Cody Rhodes, and sure as shit no way that Sami Zayn, can ever compete with someone like Road Dogg in being over, right? You can organically put him over. You can put him in main events left and right. But he will never be as over as Road Dogg was with the people in the most organic of ways. I should have said artificially the first time, not organically, cucks. So there you have it. Change the music of these people and make them serious if you intend on them being serious. If you intend on them being jobbers, keep them the way it is. Perfect. They have perfect jobber music. That being said, go fuck yourselves. Cuckolds!